Previously, the group of you have found an unlikely ally in the shape of Grottle Darkhand, a contentious individual from Dunnan's past. Grottle informed the party that the Death Deniers were hired early last summer to act as guards for a mining operation a few leagues east of here. And it just didn't sit right with them. Some of the Death Deniers even decided to stay on and join up as permanent members as opposed to the short duration that the job was supposed to take. Late fall. Grotto and Lend decided to take their pay and go. They were expecting gemstones from said mining operations, and instead of being paid with the green crystals that they had seen getting mined, that had a glowing luminescence to them, they were paid in coin and they went on their way. But something lingered. It wasn't quite right. And they resolved to see if there was anyone interested in investigating these strange occurrences. It seemed secretive at the time. Likely someone would be curious as to what this group was doing with this mine. And they ended up seeking out the group of you. However, they were captured before they could make introductions, whilst you were on your way to and from your other expeditions. When you were examining the glowing green something from Joel's well, you had found Grottle and rescued them, though you didn't know their identity at the time. And the group of you resolved to seek out this mine at their bequest and investigate just to be sure. Better to not leave stones unturned. And Dunnan set some very serious terms that Grottle was required to abide by. Probably not. The group of you have snuck forward across the open plains for leagues and avoided what appeared to be some large cook fire smoke of some type. You're not quite sure exactly what it was. You gave it a wide berth just to be sure. And found a dead guard on the outside of where this mine should be. His throat had been slit. Pushing inwards, you found symbols, sigils, carved upon stones here and there. A blend of a natural cave formation and heavy mining work. Although you notice a distinct lack of any mine carts or anything to bring these crystals to the surface, to then transport them to presumably markets far away. As you delved deeper, you found a bubbling, small pool of water with remnants of mining equipment contained therein that all had familiar pockmarked scorches upon it, such as that plagued Dunnan's axe after returning from the Pinwood. I think Dunnan's axe and Aeolis' spear, pardon me. You continued, you were attacked by a few sturges here, although the group of you made fairly short work of them, squishing the would-be bloodsuckers quite handily. And you've taken a few minutes to peruse an upper landing near the lake, near that pool, where there's nothing but refuse throughout the space. There's two corridors leading out from here. One to the south, which has a strange glow off in the distance you can barely make out. And another one that looks like there's a ledge about 12 feet in height off to your northeast, and presumably to areas beyond from there. The time is yours. What would you like to do?
We did take a quick look through that rubble there, but found nothing, right?
Correct. Let me grab the thing. So you did a quick look through, just sort of scanning it. You didn't do like a
Mm.
thorough search. That would take a few minutes, unless you wanted to. It adjusted your mind.
I would just like to cast detect magic and start concentrating on it.
Sure, noted. Nothing that you don't expect resonates with the spell as of yet.
Question: did Siegfried come back?
Siegfried has caught up with the group as
He's caught up with it.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so with Dan would ask, so Siegfried, did you tell the captain about the whole situation?
Yeah, I assume Siegfried would have reported everything.
Yeah, you were sent back with a horse.
Yeah. All right. Anybody want to look through that rubble there, or we good to continue?
I don't sense any magic coming from the rubble, do I? Where?
All of the refuse throughout the space. There's not really rubble.
Okay.
It's. Let me grab the description. It's a veritable graveyard of discarded containers, splintered crates, smashed barrels, crushed boxes. They all lay strewn haphazardly through the area, their contents long since emptied or lost, and the air is heavy with the musty smell of aged wood and damp earth, and the soft crunch of shattered glass and splintered wood echoes throughout the room as you walk through.
Helarast will just kick things around as she's walking through, but she's not gonna systematically search anything. She wants to keep going.
Can I do like a perception check to see if any of the items stand out?
So
would like to help on that too.
Okay. So you could you would need to actually sort through some of the things. You see that there are some faded labels, but none that you recognize at a moment. It would take a couple minutes to go through everything to actually get a good view of it. At a glance, nothing stands out for you to you though, as you're just wandering through.
And, do you think it's worth it?
Well, like stuff completely thinks it's worth it.
I will start to search through. I'm looking for anything small in the container, like vials, maybe unbroken potion bottles or whatnot.
Okay. So it'll take a few minutes. But go ahead and Aeolus, give me an investigation check. Siegfried, give me a perception check. And both of you give me history checks, please.
Willem was also offered to help out.
Fantastic.
So...
You can also make a perception check and a history check. Or investigation.
Stand guard.
Aeolus, do you have exhaustion at the moment?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless we rested after I left.
We did not.
Yep. Then I have 1 point of exhaustion because I almost did not sleep the night before.
Okay. Then let's see. Perception, history, and then Siegfried, any history check from you, please. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Take a moment to pop in. Taking a look through, Aeolus, you do find one vial. Looks like it might have been like sort of like a little airplane bottle style of liquor. That might be serviceable. It has no cork. You just find the bottle that is intact. It's just not smashed. The label's long since faded and illegible. As Willem and Siegfried, the two of you sort of scan through the area, tossing stuff here and there, trying to sort of get a gauge of what's going on with everything. It seems like the only labels that you do recognize with those history checks is there are, a lot of them are really damaged by whatever it was. You do recognize a few labels that indicate a lot of these goods came through Armskirk at some point. But you don't get really any companies or like family businesses or anything like that out of this, unfortunately.
Is there any indication that there was a fight here and that's why everything's busted up, or is it just looted?
It seems like this is more a stopping point. You would think. It looks like this is a spot where people have been throwing trash.
Trash. Okay.
This is, oh, we emptied the crate. Just throw it there, type of thing. It is the other thing that you do notice, Hellerast, is, as they're going through, since you didn't roll a check here, just with your passive, there's virtually nowhere in this space that anyone can walk without making noise, because of how much refuse is here. So a little whisper in the back of your brain, sort of like, yeah, it's trash, but it's also ad hoc security.
Yeah, especially after last week when she made too much noise and passed without trace.
Oh yeah,
She's a little paranoid now.
making noise. The search took 5 minutes, by the way. You have 5 left on Detect Magic, Siegfried.
Oh, okay.
So, very good to go. Nothing of value here.
Sure, there is somewhere. I just can't find it.
Everything's all right on my end.
Well, then let's continue. And then I will start going down the corridor.
Okay.
Sure thing, Bastoni. Let's go.
Okay. Dunn, you can go ahead and progress yourself about another 15 feet or so. And I'll read the description. Okay. As you enter the corridor, your eyes are immediately drawn ahead of you, Dunn, to the numerous alcoves carved into the walls. You can continue progressing. Each alcove contains a vein of pulsating green crystals, casting an eerie, otherworldly light throughout the immediate space. Not quite as powerful as your torch, still. The stones seem to glow with an inner energy, radiating a faint warmth that's palpable even from a distance. As you approach the first alcove, see that the gems, crystals, are jagged and irregular in shape, jutting out from the walls like spines of some monstrous and unpleasant creature. The stones themselves are sickly green, with veins of darker, almost black material running through them here and there. Despite their ominous appearance, however, there's something undeniably alluring about the crystals, and you feel a strange, almost magnetic pull towards them.
Maybe.
Are these the crystals you were mining here, Kratol? Or they were mining here?
I wasn't mining anything here. I mostly worked upstairs.
But do they look familiar?
Oh yeah, that looks like the things that I was expecting to be paid in.
Why's nobody here then? They just don't leave a mine full of these crystals untouched here.
We
And
just walked right in.
Danan will raise his shield and walk forward slowly.
Sure. Done, and make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
Awesome. Done. And as you're sort of carefully stepping forward, gathering all of the things going on around you, different alcoves, all the crystals, different light sources, how the shadows are playing, and looking ahead of you, you're so lost in your own head for a moment that your foot catches something. And as you try to pull your foot forward to try to catch your weight, it gets tangled up in the other end of whatever it is that you just tripped on, and you go headlong, sliding in the ground, making a huge ruckus. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. The thing that sort of tangled itself up with the natural one into your legs was a pickaxe. And it sort of had hooked your second ankle as you tried to like sort of catch yourself.
Oh, darn it. Who left that laying around here? I kick it away. Is there any movement after
As it
coming
sort of
from up front?
no, it echoes throughout the space here. You still hear the constant sort of sound of dripping here and there. You don't have a source for this yet, and the sound that you are making, you can tell sort of echoes throughout the space. It reverbs away from you.
Well, I pretty much alerted whatever is down here, if there is anything down here. Better watch my step. I will continue forward.
Certainly.
Is it possible that Willem just walks kind of right with Dunny and keeping an eye out for traps and things that will tangle his obviously clumsy feet?
Of course. Siegfried. So as you're passing through the space, it takes you a moment to sort of disentangle everything from your normal sight to your detect magic. All of these crystals have a very faint magical radiance to them. Of transmutation.
Is it similar anyway to the bone milestone or the ritual?
It does not appear to be, not from what you've seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't say anything out loud right now since the
Yeah.
throttle is
Yeah,
right next.
the Bodemall stone had more of the aura of conjuration.
Yeah, that's what I recall.
Yeah, this is more of a transmutative aura. It's not potent, but it's present.
Mm-hmm.
As the group progresses, how large are these crystals?
Roll me a d6, please. So they're showing up in veins, almost like a vein of gold, like and strata through the rock. However, they are chunky, like a geode, the inside of a geode. Like as they grew in the cracks in the rock. The largest sort of outcropping spike that you see is about maybe an inch, roughly, in how much it sort of sticks out compared to everything else around it.
Okay, Doke. As we go forward, Aeolus is just going to keep an eye out for any that may be easily extracted, and just takes note for if they come back through.
Willem, go ahead and make me a strength check. Or athletics, pardon me.
Athletics? Sorry.
Yeah, do you have proficiency in athletics?
I do not. That would be...
Okay, that's the same
roll.
roll. Okay. 17. Easy enough. Willem, you just sort of reach up and sort of try to yank on it, and you expect it to have more give or more resistance than it gives. And it just sort of breaks and sort of crumbles into your hand. As you grab it, it sort of just crushes a little bit into pieces not larger than the head of a nail. It just sort of crumbles like sugar or salt that's sort of been set into a form because it was wet and then dried out again.
Okay.
But as soon as you grip it and apply any type of force, it just sort of cracks underneath the pressure into smaller chunks.
Does it regain its or retain its glow?
It does. The individual pieces all have the same luminescence.
Okay, so I will spend a moment and put that inside of one of my empty vials, if that's fine.
Sure.
I'll call it a vial of fancy glowing stones. Good enough.
Aeolus, you see that as well.
Then Aeolus will try to do the aim as they move forward.
Easy enough. You yank off sort of a chunk, it feels almost soft to the point that you could take it like a small hammer, almost like a reflex hammer, and just sort of hit it, and it would sort of chunk out of the wall into these small pieces easily enough.
Like gypsum, or it just kind of falls apart.
It's
Is the pickaxe or any mining material laying around?
the pickaxe is in the middle of the corridor. Where Denon
Alright,
tripped
then-
on it.
Aeolus will grab that and will knock out a few to collect 2 full vials worth.
Sure. Noted. It likewise breaks into quite small pieces, and you end up the pieces that you're able to hold in your hand long enough to sort of get into the vial aren't quite like sand green sized, but about the size of like the diameter of a nail to the head of a nail at like the largest. Nothing really holds on to.
The pickaxe itself, does it have the same corrosion
It does.
that we've been seeing? I point that out to Aeolus. Be careful. They've been mining something with these axes that have been corroding it.
I have an idea. But let's walk.
Done. You can go ahead and proceed another 10 or 15 feet there, done, and I'll give you the description of the next space. Rattle's standing in tandem with the group of you. Ahead of you, a ladder descends, and you can see it descends approximately maybe 10 to 15 feet from the angle that you're looking at currently. Off to your left is another space that has alcoves within it, but also it appears to be a large brazier that's holding a set of this ruby-colored flame to illuminate the area as well. Dunham, what's your passive perception?
15.
15. Okay. As you approach and sort of round the corner and take a look at this area with the brazier, something stands out to you. There's this monolith sort of cave structure off to your left. Let me ping it, like right here-ish, on the corner, where the green crystals that you've seen sort of growing in veins through the rock up to this point. It's this cave structure. It's sort of pockmarked and dotted with the crystals as opposed to veins. It doesn't seem like the rest of the alcoves.
It looks unnatural or a man-made, or
No, it looks like stalagmite. Is coming up out of the ground. Stalag ground.
okay.
But instead, you're not sure if like someone like had chiseled like spots and then stuck small crystals into this, or if they're part of the natural formation. It seems out of place compared to the veins and then the rest of the way these things have sort of formed. You would need to get closer to take a look at it. But
Willem, take a look at these. Come here. I will point that out to Willem and Aeolus and the rest. that looks different than the others.
I still sensing the same type of magic.
Yep. Still from the crystals.
Yeah, the done and I don't the same type of transmutation magic, but.
Hmm.
And you said that this is a brazier.
Yes, a brazier.
Okay.
Dunnan, you said your passive perception is 16, correct?
15.
15, pardon me, my mistake. You
Continue,
are
no?
you are surprised, as I would like the group of you to roll into initiative. So you have wandered too close to the brazier.
Oh, no.
Had a little bit of a delay for whatever reason, but I moved Willem before you said that. Do you want me to put him back where he was at, though?
No, they're fine.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm not going
Yeah,
to be upset.
For whatever reason, I've been getting a lot of lag on
Oh yeah.
Roll20 in general.
Yeah, I always have intermittent delays on some stuff, but it's manageable. So, but I'm also running like 2 web browsers, a recording program, and Discord. So, so Dunnan, as you sort of take a few steps towards the brazier, bypassing this natural cave formation, the natural cave formation doesn't want you to bypass it. And it is going to so good news for the rest of you, or all of you actually. Oh, and we need a grotto and initiative as well. Wow. Good news for literally all of you. Surprise condition ends on all of you immediately as we pass through your turns. So you all have reactions if you so choose to have them. The creature. Let me give you the handout. As the stalagmite sort of twists, opens up its eyes, and lashes out with tendrils that comes out of like small sockets and crevices in the rock. It's going to attack you. Starting with, let's see, Willem, Siegfried, Dunnan, and Hellerast. Willem, I said you first. 9 to hit you.
Almost. Very close, but no.
Darn. 12 to hit Dunnan.
Oh, sir.
16. Oh, pardon me. That's 21 to hit Siegfried.
Yep, that hits.
4 points of force damage, and you are grappled.
Okay.
And 11 to hit Hellerast.
Nope.
All right. Make a con save for your detect magic as well.
Oh, yep.
Then it reels you in. So as the tendrils sort of lash out, most of you parry them, having sort of regained your awareness. The thing wasn't quite quick enough to get the full drop on you. Siegfried, you're a little bit slow in the draw. It coils around your waist and starts snaking its way up your form, trying to choke you out. And the tendrils themselves even have these crystals sort of embedded into it. And you get woozy as like this damage courses through you for a moment. And then the tendril starts retracting, and you are pulled straight towards its open maw around and through your companions. And it's going to try to bite you. 25 to hit you, Siegfried.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. That is good damage, too. Oh, my.
Welcome back, Dylan.
Yeah. 24 points of piercing damage.
Oh, jeez.
I am
And one...
going to use stone's endurance.
Okay, and 1 point of force damage. Yeah. Yeah, you got your reaction back. Might as well use it.
So
Oh,
14.
Good
Minus-
reduction. So that's
14.
10. So it's 25 total, so 11.
Okay.
And you are grappled as this tendril is sort of wrapped around you and holding you against this toothy maw that's just sort of tried to grind into you like the world's worst garbage disposal. So you come around top of the order.
It sounds like a bunch of rocks going into a rock grinder.
Yeah, and you are the next rock to be thrown in. Grottle spends their action to conjure their armor again. They took it off when they were moving stealthily, so their first action is spent doing that, and they will sort of movement to here. What is this thing? And that'll bring us around to... they will bonus action dash to try to get a different range. Bring us around to Willem.
Alrighty. You know, I would have to go up the stairs or the ladder. Correct.
Ladder's
to
down.
Get up.
Ladder's down.
Oh, it's down. Okay, fair enough. I probably gonna take it. Opportunity attack to do so, but I'm gonna head back here.
Yeah. As you move to there... No, you're good.
So that would be 1 second. That would be
Oh,
my
sorry,
last roll.
I had to make another con save for detect magic.
Yeah, you're good. Ooh, Chaos Bolt. Nice. 14. You launch this undulating bolt of chaotic energy, and it scatters against the rocky exterior of this roper.
Wah, 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 wah.
Good attempt. Anything else, Wilton? Bonus action?
I think that's good for now.
Okay. Dunnan, around to you.
Martin's balls. Why is the environment always attacking us? And take a swing.
I don't think Dunnan knows what always means. Yeah, 25 will hit. You find a niche in the rock where it's sort of shifting and moving just slightly, and sink your axe into it for a moment. Or sorry, you're not axe. Smash basher into it. Yeah.
Yeah. And is this creature considered one size larger than me or more?
It is. It's a large creature.
Well, try to shove it down with a bonus action. With the shield.
Okay, that's a strength save, correct?
Yes.
That is a 17 on the strength save.
Oh, I have to roll.
Is it a strength save or is it a check? Oh, it's the same number for the roper either way. My apologies. Shield Master, shove. Okay, so it's a shove. Use your bonus action to shove. Okay, so that's a contested athletics check.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know for the future.
Yes.
The creature's it's pretty sturdy. It doesn't seem like it wants to go anywhere. Don't know. Anything else? So it's a
Nope.
bonus and action. All right, bring us around to Aeolus.
Seeing Siegfried be pulled into it, Aeolus is just gonna run forward, and he's gonna try to pull Siegfried free.
Okay. As you sort of get forward, how are you trying to help? Are you just trying to grab onto Siegfried and yank him free, or are you attacking the tendril that's holding Siegfried? How are you trying to help him?
Am I able to hit the tendril that's wrapped around him from here?
You could totally target it if you wanted to try to attack that specifically. That's fine.
Yeah. I will start to attack the tendril then.
Okay, go for it. Make an attack roll.
That is What?
How did you roll just the damage?
I have no idea.
All right. 17 does hit the tendril actually. As you sort of impact, you sever a deep cut into it. The tendril doesn't have the same sort of rocky exterior that the rest of the creature's body does. It does have these green crystals dotted throughout it, but it seems like it's a little bit softer tissue. 6 points of piercing damage, that's all?
Yep.
Okay. 6 points of damage. It doesn't quite get Siegfried out, but that tendril's taking some damage.
Okay. And Aeolus will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Aeolus will reposition himself and try to draw its attention away from Siegfried.
Okay.
And that's his turn.
That'll bring us to Hellerast.
Okay. Hellerast is going to take a maul attack. She's going to come up, trying to protect Siegfried as much as possible. She's going to do a maul. How tall is this thing?
You would need to come around to the other side of it based on how the map is set up.
Okay.
This thing's it's a stalagmite that's about, we'll say 10, 11 feet tall.
10, 11 feet tall.
It's a big
So
spire stone.
if she took that maul and went for its eye, just to smash the eye out of that thing,
Sure, you could definitely try.
definitely going to try that.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll with the maul. Okay. As you okay, this is the big hurley that you got from the other guys. As you sort of dash around trying to find an opening, looking for the eye, you swing, crush towards it. You look like you're on track for it, and as the creature sort of turns to try to continue to chow down on the meal that is Siegfried, it glances off some of the stone.
Ah, shit.
Not quite enough. Anything with the bonus actions, Helly?
I'm just going to go more towards Siegfried again and try to see if she can help him get out of there. Be positioned to go.
Okay. 10, 20. I think 30 feet you could get to here.
Okay.
As you go for the reposition, and creatures, you bashed against it, it sort of turns and realizes that something else was going after it. It is going to make an opportunity attack with its bite against you as it sort of scurries forward on very small cilia. 13 does not hit you, though.
No, it does not.
All right, that brings us then to Siegfried. You're still bound.
Okay. Yep.
So you
Sorry, checking some things.
All good. So you, if you wanted to try to escape from the tendril, you could make an action to try to escape or break the tendril.
Okay. I don't think I'm gonna succeed on either of those.
The other side is you could attack it if you so choose to as well.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try and continue to distract it the best I can
Okay.
as my team figures it out, and I am going to go into ape form.
Ape form? Sure. Now let me. So I'm gonna stick your token off
Right
to
there.
in the alcove, off to the side.
Yeah. So that was my action. I think I'm still technically concentrating.
You are, yeah.
Is that really how big the ape is?
It's large.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. You're still grappled.
Yeah, that's fine. And I'm still concentrating. Okay.
Yep.
And yeah, that was my action.
Okay, awesome. And that'll bring us to the end of your turn, Siegfried. It brings us to the roper. So firstly, Siegfried, you are automatically hit by the tendril damage again. You take another 1 point of force damage. 3 other tendrils sort of lash out. One of them's trying to grab Dunnan. 15 to hit you, Dunnan.
Nope. Try again.
Okay. The next one is going to go after Grottle. 18 hits them, even with their armor that's been conscious. So Grottle is now captured. And they take 3 points of force. And then 1 on Willem. Willem, 23 to hit you.
Ow.
Yeah, that does it.
3 points of force, and you are grappled as well. It's also pulling Willem and Grottle closer to it as it pulls the tendrils in, reeling in its food. And it gets to make a bite attack on Big Ape. I'm gonna roll, see who it tries to bite. Still on Siegfried. Rolled a 5. Gave you each 1/3 odds. Bite on Ape Siegfried. Siegfried, that's 21 to hit you in ape form.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's 20 points piercing damage at 1 point of force. 21
Yep,
total.
the April, I figured that would happen.
Yeah.
But at least I didn't take any of my hit points.
That's fair. I do still need a concentration check. DC is still 10 though.
Yeah, I think one damage carried over.
Yep. Yeah.
I'll make a Constitution save.
Well, the damage that you take in ape form applies also. Not that it matters. Like for the DC. Because there's still hit points taken. Now, additionally, at the end of the Roper's turn, as it's pulled all of you in by one means or another, either by drawing your attention or actually holding you close, all of the green gems glow and crystals sort of glow and flash with this brilliance, and it writhes in otherworldly nature. This triggers a horror save on all of you.
Man, I was just thinking earlier today that we hadn't done that in a while.
Aeolus.
Yeah. Yep.
You are shaken. Dunnan, what's your bonus?
+1.
+1. You are shaken. Hellerast, what's your bonus or penalty?
On what?
Your horror save.
I've got 1.
Is it, so +1.
+1.
So you save. So reduce your +1 to a 0.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't update this with to remove Jack. Siegfried, you save. Adjust your bonus down by 1. Willem, you don't have enough of a bonus to pass. I'm sure. Willem fails. So if you failed, increase your horror save modifier by 1. And if you succeeded, so Hellerast and Siegfried, your save goes down by 1.
We are frightened now, right?
Shaken. So you can still
Shaken.
move closer to the source of the effect, but disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Aeolus, Dunnan, and Willem, I need a d6 roll from each of you, please.
Yeah.
Dunnan, you got a 3, so you are shaken for 3 rounds. Willem, 5 rounds.
That's great.
Aeolus, 3 rounds. Poor Willem. Alright. And that'll be the end of the Roper's turn, bringing us around to Grottle, who actually needed to make a save as well, but is not included in the macro because they are an NPC. They failed. They are shaken. Can someone roll me a d6 for Grottle, please?
Well,
4. There you go. You're not that much of an outlier, Willem. Grottle will make 2 Craghammer
also-
attacks.
Willem is also grappled right now, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
So advantage, disadvantage, thanks to Dunnan. Cancels out. Straight roll. Grottle hits with 1 of their Craghammer attacks for 9 points of thunder. 9 points of thunder damage. Pardon me. 17. My apology. They have a bonus in there.
Nice.
Okay, that brings us to Willem.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Well, I'm gonna get the heck out of there.
Okay. Good way to escape a grapple. Vanish.
Yep.
As the tendril sort of just loops and closes around the space where you once were.
And I'll return the favor.
Ooh, nice. Good use when you are shaken. That's a dex save. Oof. It gets a 9. Okay. So it takes 9 points of necrotic damage. Come on. And I believe it is grappled now, correct?
Correct.
And as the shadows that it calls its own home in this cave here are now betraying it. Anything else, Willem? Good turn.
No, though it does say in the description that if the target is humanoid, so I guess it probably wouldn't.
Yeah. So it is not a humanoid. So the shadows still try.
Yeah.
That's okay though. Comes around to done. Good damage.
Oh, same as last round. Yeah,
Okay.
it's getting rather unpleasant here, and he's trying to push it.
Okay. Disadvantage. Willem, you can make a wisdom or intelligence check, please, to shake off the shaken effect. You missed anyway, Dunn.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And try to shove it down again.
Willem, you're still shaken. Just reduce your 5 to a 4, Willem.
Also with disadvantage, right?
Yeah, it's an ability check. Ooh, good disadvantage. It did get a natural 20 though. And
Right. Screw this! Drops are hard!
and then Dunnan, do you shake off just Dunnan? No, you do not. Okay, reduce your 3 down to a 2. If you just hover over the blue pip when you're clicking on your token, and then type the number, it'll populate the number on top of it.
I'll just hover over.
Hover your cursor over the blue pip and then click the number key. So you go down to 2. As we move on to Aeolus.
Figure out myself.
Shit. Aeolus is gonna try to hit the tendril that is on Otto.
Yeah, go for it. Because of the shaken, no good.
Righty.
Anything with a bonus? You haven't activated your lightning, correct?
I have not,
Okay.
but yeah, if it's going to present extra damage, then Aeolus is just
Not
going
risking it.
to activate his Crimson Right.
Okay. Noted. That brings us to Hellerest. One of the only people not currently engaged in melee with it.
She's gonna step back just one more,
Okay.
and then she's gonna take her Spellfire short bow on a level 1
Okay.
and aim for 1 for its eye and 2 down its throat.
Okay.
So like right there in the center of the bullseye.
Flavorful. I like it. So you get 4 darts using a first level spell.
Okay.
Thank
So
you, Aeolus.
two to the eye, 2 to the throat.
Aeolus, you save against shaken.
Woo!
So you get 12 points of damage dealt out, Halaras, by doing this. Focusing entirely on the thing, leaving your companions to deal with their own tendrils. They can handle it. 12 points. Solid.
If it's dead, the tendrils don't matter.
That's also fair. Thing looks relatively healthy still. But the spells, the energy of the spell just sort of goes down its gullet. You swear there's like a weird, earthy, petrichor smelling burp that comes out of it. We come around to Siegfried.
Seeing as my teammates seem like they need another distraction, Siegfried is coming out again.
Okay. Oh my. How much can we yo-yo Siegfried through ape form?
I can't make him bigger, unfortunately. Yep, thank you.
All good.
And yep, that's my turn. I'm just an ape. I'm just like, good guys, gotta land some hits. That's the thing.
You guys gotta do something. All right.
What you talking about? Aeolus doing fine.
So Grottle and Ape are still grappled. So both of you take 4 damage automatically from the tendril, because while grappled, those tendrils specifically go after you. So Ape takes 4 damage. It has 2 other tendrils that it's going to try to lash out with. One against Dunnan, who keeps trying to shove it. Dunnan, 20 to hit you. Dirty 20.
Yes.
4 points of force damage, sir. And you are grappled. And Aeolus, big old 10 to hit you.
Oh, it does not hit.
No hits. Oh god. Dunnan just mark that you are grappled, and then it's going to.
It doesn't say that it missed or hit. I couldn't tell.
I thought he said yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my AC is 18.
And this time it picks Dunnan, the person who keeps hitting it with a shield for the bite. Dunnan, 17 to hit you.
No,
Oh,
just
man.
one too short.
One shy.
Just dodge out of the way with my head. No.
Probably bites onto the armor. That brings us around to Grottle, who still shaken. Is shaken, pardon me. I don't know if I rolled their check again. I needed to. They did shake it off. And drop the effect. So they're no longer shaken. And they get attack rolls with advantage now. 9s for the first one, no good, but the 23 will hit in the second for 14 points, as Grottle is slamming the crag hammer into the side of this thing. Why won't you die? God. And that'll bring us to Willem.
I was going to go ahead and cast the same spell as last time. The whole shaking thing.
Misty Step.
Well, no. Thank you, my cantrip.
Yeah, go for it. That's a dex save. No, natural 1. Another.
I can't be grappling him.
Yeah. It seems quite content to not really maneuver too much. It seems like it brings its food to it.
Yeah.
But damage is damage. Solid. 2 good rolls there.
Yep.
Anything else with the bonus or movement, Willem?
No. I don't want to risk moving anywhere.
Okay. Still not quite. All right.
Sure.
That brings us to Dunnan with Aeolus on deck.
This time I will hit you.
Will you, though?
Nope.
You have
Problem.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage. No.
Actually, no, sorry. It's flanked. It's canceled out because of Grottle.
Oh,
So, you're
okay.
good.
Then
20.
I hit it with everything I have.
20 does hit.
Just angry with Bash with the hammer. With the basher.
What's the the radiance from the basher, right? Anything else that you're dumping into it?
Yes. No, no. Try to shove it again. Go down already.
So that's 20 points of damage total, right?
Yeah.
Ah, that's really good. It's looking rough-ish at this point.
Come on.
Fuck those rolls.
Yeah, jeez. Where's my roper? 17.
No, this time it's going down.
Okay.
Finally.
As you
Pushing it down.
shove it and attempt to throw this massive column of stone over, it sort of leans backward for a moment, and there's a weird sucking sound. And it wiggles upright again.
Wink.
Seems the cilia that keep it tethered to any part of the cave prevent it from being toppled over.
You're a sturdy little rock. Okay. And roll for...
It wiggles
shaking it.
tentacles at you. Yeah, cool. Alright, and horror save for you. Dunnan, you are
Dang it.
not in good shape.
Oops.
Okay. Down to 1. So not the end of the world. Aeolus, around to you. Helleras, you're on deck.
Yep.
Is Ape Free technically threatening it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I would say you have advantage there.
okay. Aeolus is going to hit the creature as he shouts to Conan, "You want to stop flirting with the rock?"
Not flirting. It's trying to bite me.
Aeolus, even with the advantage, you're a few shy. You're just trying to find purchase on you're shoving a spear into a rock. It's hard to pick a right position here.
It seems you're distracted by its ass, not me.
I am distracted by the leader wanting to get laid by a rock. Focus.
Helleras, you're up. Siegfried's on deck.
Oh shit. As Hellerast
You were given a heads
laughs
up.
to herself. Hellerast is chuckling to herself, and she's not quite sure what to do. So I wish I had an idea.
You have cantrips
I'm
if you want to use
thinking-
one of them.
Yeah, I'm looking at them. Yeah, she's just going to go ahead and cast Misfortune
Sure. Go
on
for
it.
That's a wisdom save. No, gets a 10. So that's 2 points of psychic and disadvantage on its next attack, right?
Yep.
Okay. Solid.
Trying to weaken it somehow. Motherfucker.
Yeah. Or at least protect your allies. As we come around to Siegfried with the Roper on deck.
Okay. Do I have flanking with Aeolus?
You do, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just
grapple
gonna
doesn't prevent that.
do 2 ape fist attacks.
Yep.
On it.
Yeah.
With advantage.
Monkey
Yeah,
business in the
now
mines.
that's the weapon I want.
That was the crit on the first one.
Yep. Oh. Why is it rolling like
Yeah, it's
whisper?
rolling the TM for some reason. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me adjust that setting. Always with advantage. Never whisper. There we go. That's fixed.
So first attack hits for.
Yeah, that's a crit. That's 11 points of damage.
Yep. And let me get back to the.
And you're attacking it, right? You're not trying to break your tendril.
No, I'm gonna keep the tendril on me for now, just so it's not attacking someone else.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep hitting it.
And
21 on the second
21 also hits, another 5 points of bludgeoning.
one. And And that is my turn.
Jared mixing it up in melee. Enough to draw its attention. Alright,
No.
so, Monkey, Dunnan, and Grotwell all take automatic damage from the tendrils on them. Monkey, you take 3. Dunnan, you take 4, and Grotwell takes 4. Force damage. And now it has one more tendril attack. It's lashing out towards you, Hellerast.
Of
You
course.
shouted at it, but it has disadvantage on this thanks to your misfortune.
Okay.
You dodged the 22, changing it to a 14.
That doesn't hit.
Does not hit. Fantastic.
Nope.
All right. And then it's going to bite the shit out of this monkey paw.
How much of Siegfried is in its mouth?
Siegfried's shape has been changing a lot, so it's tough to tell. At least one of his arms has ended up in the meat grinder that is its mouth.
Okay.
23 to hit monkey.
Yep, my monkey only has a 12 AC.
Yeah. That is 19 points of piercing and 1 point of force, so 20 total.
So 20 minus 12 is 8.
8. So 8 carries over to
8
Siegfried.
carries over to Siegfried.
And a con save DC 10 because 20 damage total. Still. So we come around to, it's got nothing else to
Actually,
do.
I am going to use my
Stone's Endurance.
Stone's Endurance for that 8 damage, yeah.
Sure.
Because I need every hit point I can get. Now where is my Stone's Endurance?
I'll roll Grotto's attacks
Oh,
in the
so
meantime.
8 damage is entirely negated.
Nice. DC is still 10 for the concentration,
Yep,
though.
con save, yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Grotto. Well, looks like you don't know when to really stop, do you? As they look at you, Aeolus, and make 2 Craghammer attacks against a creature. Jeez. Thanks to Dunnan, Grotto rolls a 25 and a 24 with advantage.
Nice.
Nice.
So that's 11, 15 points of thunder on the first, and 13 on the second for 28 total. As we move around to Willem.
There's advantage. Is it only on melee?
All attack rolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I were to cast a spell, even though I'm shaken, like if I were to cast Chaos Bolt, would that cancel out?
So Chaos Bolt would be disadvantage. So because it's an attack roll, it's a spell attack roll.
Okay. I was hoping.
Yeah, no, unfortunately.
Ah,
Ah,
shit.
you were bound for a bad damage roll in there. You got 9 and 8 though.
Damn it.
It actually saved too. It got a 15, so at least it was on the 1 damage. Anything else, Willem? Movement bonus, or you just staying back?
Staying back.
Okay. Willem, you are still shaken. Oh, you did the intelligence. Either way, you are still shaken. Alright. Brings us to Dunnan.
Unbescher.
Alright, straight roll.
Nice. Nope.
No good.
No.
Anything with a bonus? Done.
I'm fed up with you.
Good news. Your shaken ends naturally and you save against it.
Yay.
So that ends. That brings us to Aeolus with Hellerast on deck.
Aeolus is just gonna strike it.
Go. Jeez, Aeolus. That's how much damage? 4, 8, 15 points? Am I mathing that correctly?
Yes.
How do you want to do this?
Ailish just gives a side smirk and a wink to Otto as he just thrusts the Great Spirit into its mouth, expecting to miss.
Like it, as you sort of lunge forward, sort of half eyeing Groddle and what they said to you, you see the creature turn all of a sudden at the sound, and unexpectedly the mouth just sort of ends up in the position where you were lunging at, and you get a sickening squelching sound. You found like the soft roof of its mouth, if there was a roof to this circular opening lined with teeth, and there's a sort of sickening quiver, and it just sort of slumps in the position. A few pieces of rock sort of fall off slightly. It's still standing upright like a stalagmite, but the tendrils sort of just collapse to the ground. All of you are free from them.
Ah, finally, that was unpleasant. Ugh.
Ailish would immediately try to harvest anything he's able to.
Okay. Make me a survival check, please. What is the benefit of your hunt? The blood hunter thing. What are the types of creatures?
It is Fey, Fiend, Undead.
Fey, fiend, and undead.
Yep.
Okay. It does not apply here. So go ahead. Survival check. 9. Okay. Taking a look through, sort of digging through its form as you trying to sort of pry rocks off, and like it looks like the thing is like this weird amalgamation of like sort of rock and flesh, and parts of its flesh are already starting to harden up and look like rock, and it's almost petrifying sort of. As you're going through, you do find that there are some of these green crystals within its gullet somewhere. Give me a nature check as well, Aeolus. Yeah. Your best guess is it seems like whatever it imbibes maybe also includes some of the stones of the vicinity, and it sort of uses them to create this stone exoskeleton, sort of help it blend in with the environment. Part of those stones involved these green crystals, and that's why they were broken up into small pieces as opposed to being in veins. While it can copy the stones, it can't copy the formations that they show on the rest of the walls.
Okay.
So you find more of these small green crystals, but you don't really find anything else interesting. The only thing you are able to sort of cut off and you think potentially might be harvestable or maybe with something is the 4 tendrils that are out, one of which is damaged.
Okay. And Aeolus, well, I'll just turn towards the group. I suggest we sit down and take a few moments.
Hold on a second, and I will use the bonus action from the Basher with some nice ale smell just floats out of it.
I also would like to take a short rest if that's what you're suggesting.
Yes, because Aeolus would like to try to harvest the eyeball if possible. But he knows that it'll take a bit.
Okay. So the group, you're planning to short rest here?
Okay.
Maybe not in this room. Maybe can we go back into the hallway over here? Well,
Yeah.
I just don't feel safe short resting in the green light.
Right. Yeah. That's.
Okay.
I mean, Aeolus will stay behind as the group goes off and rests.
Grotto will offer to help you with harvesting said eyeball.
Okie doke.
Helarast wants some of the teeth.
I can also work on extracting those so that you don't threaten a short rest. Cause
Thank
I don't gain anything really from a short rest because I don't have any hit dice.
Oh my.
Ellerast is still concerned about whatever piece of Siegfried was in the mouth, so she's going to check on it.
Sure, make a medicine check.
Okay, let's see here.
Nice roll. Based on that, like while it is a wound that Siegfried sustained, it seems to be more superficial. He was able to shake off most of it and sort of steel himself against it.
No.
It could have been a lot worse, but he's not going to lose function of his hand or anything like that. With a little bit of magical healing, he'll be right as rain. Not even a scar.
Well, I went ahead and cast a Cure Wounds up above. I'll go ahead and let him have that.
You can save that since we're short resting.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah, that's
Never
fine.
mind that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, over the short rest, you're able to bandage him up a little bit with that natural 20 and help with that.
Okay.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and. All right, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. Can we roll hit dice?
Yeah.
That's all I
Go ahead and roll some hit dice. And we'll take our mid-session break here as you guys heal up a little bit. Call about 5 minutes. Sounds good.
You mean?
Yep.
Alrighty. Momentarily, then, hopefully. So, Aeolus, starting with you. You wanted to harvest the eyeball of this thing, which is the size of a dinner plate, mind you.
Okay.
It was big. Go ahead and make a survival check. Straight roll, because Gretel's helping you. As you're working to sort of remove this, I took some damage in that fight, along with the area around it, as there were a few attacks targeting it previously. And you try to very carefully just, like, work your hunting knife through the fleshy part of it around it. And as you're working it through, your knife slides more easily in one section, like underneath it, as you're sort of working through around the bottom of it. And as you pull your knife out, you can see like a viscous fluid sort of flowing out from the spot where you just passed your knife through, and the eyes deflating. It seems like it's not quite like the case of it is not quite round. It's more oblong and egg-shaped, and it goes down into the creature's body some, and you severed part of it. So the eye is damaged beyond use or repair.
Shit. Well, that'll go into notes.
Needed
Okay.
15 on that one.
And then if you'll allow me, he's just gonna spend the time just extracting any teeth he's able to for
Sure.
Hellerat.
Roll me a d20 in that case, then. That's less of an issue of can you, it's how many. 16 teeth.
Alrighty. Aeolus will walk over and will present them in front of Hellerast, and he'll walk back around to the creature, and will just continue to examine it.
And the short rest completed, or is there anything else anybody else had needed to do during that time?
While Willem was helping and keeping an eye out on Aeolus, Willem would have used his magic to scroll a before and after picture of this creature. As we initially ran into it and as we left it.
Easily done. All right.
Probably take a couple notes of, the tendrils, the glowing stones. And they would kind of look like little, pop outs from a graph or a drawing with the notes.
So,
Very, very
speaking
field
of
notey.
tendrils, how large are the tendrils, and would I be able to, like, wrap up one and carry it on my back?
You would be able to. Each of the tendrils weighs 4 pounds.
Okay.
They are 50 feet long each. One of them is damaged about 2/3 of the way along it.
Okay. Aeolus will
that was the
just
one that was
grab
unsacred.
2 of them. And we'll interwrap them into his bundles of rope so that they, like, hang off.
Sure. Easily done. So add 2 roper tendrils, and then just put a 50 in parentheses next to them. So that way you know offhand the length.
Yeah.
Alright. Anything else during the short rest? Alright.
I'm okay to go.
Alright, moving onwards. What would the group you like to do?
Have you taken a look at the brazier? No, right? So Danan would go over and take a look at the brazier.
That's a good point. We didn't look at this room all that closely. If Willem can help explore the room while Dunnan's looking at the brazier, that would be legit.
Taking a look around the room first, I'll do. It seems to be similar to the other alcoves that you passed along the way here. It just seems like a different head point of operations within the mine here. The brazier itself looks like it's made out of maybe cast iron. Not remarkably well made, but not bad either. Probably brought in here. But it is crackling with not totally full, like not compared to the size in the map, but the same ruby colored flame that all the torches along the area have borne as well. And you can make me an Arcana check, done.
That's going well. This very shiny,
No idea.
very bright.
Red fire.
Well, it just seems like a normal brazier.
And the rest of the alcoves appear the same as the others that you passed. Nothing particular stands out about them within this space here. So you have one area to the east and so east by northeast, and then one to the south.
Is the
Yeah, go ahead.
is the brazier hit? Yes, right.
Yeah.
Hit the red flame.
Mm-hmm.
A couple beers and some chairs, it would be real lit.
Willem. Speaking of that, the area to the south of you. Oh, sorry, no, my apologies. Not the south. The east of you. I was looking at Dunnan's token. The walls here, from your perspective and your ability to see well in the dark, they're lined with various mining tools and equipment. Pickaxes, hammers, chisels are all scattered haphazardly about that space down below you. There's large wooden crates filled with what looks to be raw ore and shards of this crystal that are stacked against the walls, waiting to be processed. In the center of the room, this is the square, there's a large stone slab that seems like it serves as a primary processing table. And there's several hammer and chisels upon its surface.
Hey, friends. There's some neat stuff down here. It looks like it's their maybe place where they're processing the ore. I think we should check it out.
Siegfried is going to start ritually casting Detect Magic before the long rest ended.
You mean
Short
before the short rest?
Yeah, short rest, yes.
So you need an additional 10 minutes on the short rest to do so.
Yep.
But the group could have planned for that if you wanted to. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Do I get anything off the altar or the slab over here?
No. Nothing on the slab as you proceed downwards that's unexpected.
Is this star something you see?
It's not, no.
Okay, alright.
Part of the map.
No worries. I'll just say, done, and I'll let you go first, and I'll follow you wherever.
Mm. Must have been where they processed the mined crystals. Hmm.
From down here, though, I do see something over here.
See what?
I don't
That's
think
up.
that
That's up a cliff face. You can't see that
Yeah,
right now.
don't see that right now.
Before
Down. Okay.
Aeolus and Grottle head down the ladder, he's gonna offer the snacky that Willem handed him to them.
That's the temporary hit point one.
Yep.
They'll take it.
Key of power,
Thank you.
powerful hunger,
Mighty nice.
destroying.
Do we see that happening?
Are you trying to be surreptitious about it, or are you doing it like when you're not standing at the top of the ledge?
Aeolus isn't hiding it. He just reaches in his pouch and just openly hands Grottle the snacky.
Done. Roll me a perception, DC 12.
Nope.
You're more preoccupied with sort of gauging the other mining equipment in the space down here.
What's the hold up? Let's move on.
Where are we moving on to?
Is it getting colder as we progress, or is there any shift in the air?
So the only thing that you notice as you sort of descend this next ladder, Dunnan, is the sound of dripping water has intensified. The temperature here seems to be pretty standard. It's definitely colder than it was on the surface, but not unpleasantly so. Like, it's manageable, especially with no wind.
Well, we must be getting closer to that water source that Gretel mentioned. I hear a bit louder now.
Proceeding along the corridor here, Dunnan.
Yes.
You can go ahead and
Just
move your
waiting
token.
for us. Yeah.
Is the rest of the group coming?
It's up to
Oh,
them.
sure.
Yeah, whole 20's just lagging at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Hillarast will take the back because she always just wants to make sure there's nothing coming up behind.
Willem is looking for shinies as presents and treats.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation or perception, Willem. Dunnan, you can go ahead and move your token 30, 40 feet if you'd like.
Distracted by some shinies, but the wrong ones probably.
Oh god.
Dunnan, as you're spearheading this, you have your torch out at the moment in one hand, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, as you're spearheading this push, it appears to be another section of mine where there's alcoves that are like in the process of being worked. This one does appear to be more recently maybe used and worked. There's still rubble and stuff upon the ground. You see a few picks and shovels leaning against the walls here and there. This one appears to have more of a presence than the others that you've encountered so far. There are still torches that sort of line the corridor here that look like they were used to initially generate the light needed for people to work before the veins of this crystal were uncovered.
Dalan will just, with his feet, just move a few of these stones. We'll just mention to Siegfried. Seems like this must be a newer part of the mine. It's very recent, or at least more recent than the last part we just went through.
Am I getting the same type of magic, the transmutation?
From the stones, yes.
Okay.
No, not the stone. They're crystals. Pardon me.
For the crystals, yeah. I'll just say done, and the magic hasn't been changing, but
Hmm.
maybe if it's the most recent one, this might have an explanation why everyone's throats are slit.
Hmm. We are on the right track, at least
mean-
my guts tell me.
Miners have always told the stories of people finding a payload and then going crazy out in the wilderness, but not sure this is exactly it.
Hmm.
You can go ahead and proceed. Then. You see what appears to be, as you round this corner, the termination of this corridor here. Sort of descends a little bit, maybe 5 feet down away from you, and you see the source of the dripping. That has been echoing throughout the entire complex. Once you sort of got past the refuse pile, just a steady drip, 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 over and over again. That's adding this air of strange dampness and unsettling nature to the space.
Hmm. Is it at the dead end here?
The one here at the end, as you get to where this dripping has occurred, you see, and just with your passing, you see that the vein that's sort of started to be uncovered here, it looks like the work was stopped halfway through. And it looks like, from what you gather, the dripping water might have been the reason that they stopped mining in this particular spot.
The dripping water
Yeah.
might
They
be
must
the
have found
reason.
an aquifer.
It's coming from like an outcropping of rock.
Can I just do like a history check of my experience as a miner to
Yeah,
determine like the procedure, like
sure.
what the procedure was when you ran into water underground?
Yeah, sure. Give me a history check, please.
Can I inspect the stone or the surroundings of the stone?
Yeah, give me an investigation check, please. Then.
That's a natural one.
Not something that you've personally experienced, Siegfried.
Yeah.
The Cloudspire Mountains, Cloudspine Mountains, pardon me, don't really have water issues.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The surrounding stone, so the drips are coming from an outcropping of stone about 3 to 4 feet in height. It looks like they had unearthed part of a vein and like dug into the wall some, and then they were working on the process of clearing out the like 6 or so feet to the right of it, and they cleared out underneath, so that way they could just start chipping stuff down into probably a crate or a bucket beneath. So they had a space for maybe a crate or a bucket. And then as they started to chip into the stone above that crate or bucket, this overhang, that's where they hit this sort of dripping steady, and work stopped at that point.
Hmm. Oh, they were afraid of, okay,
Yeah,
water pouring down.
potentially, it seems
Okay.
like, yeah.
Oh, it seems like a dead end here. They must have stopped, fearing that they hit like a
But
stream of water or so.
if we're looking for that water source, it must be somewhere above this room or adjacent to it.
Mm,
Perhaps we
yeah,
go in another direction and find our way there.
we must backtrack, it seems.
As the group progresses, Aeolus is just going to hook around and check the walls and anything for maybe a false wall.
Okay. Keeping a good glance out on the walls as you proceed. Nothing stands out initially to you. Roll like that though. The only thing that's interesting to you is throughout most of this cave network, and a lot of it seems to be natural cave, and then some parts of it are mined, such as these corridors and alcoves. Within the cave network itself, there's these sigils continuously, like every dozen, like few feet or so, a few every dozen, 2 to 3. But within the mined sections, they're not present. Only in the natural cave. Willem, what are you rolling perception for? More shinies.
You muted.
Willem.
Oh boy, he broke it.
As I was trying to say, I was having trouble with my audio, and I heard was perception, and I rolled it just in case it was for me.
Ah, gotcha. Nope, all good. Yeah, there was Aeolus. No worries.
And I can't hear y'all. I will be right back again.
No.
We traded half for half.
So, Aeolus will let the group in on that discovery.
So you mean the sigils function as a form of way to lead us, or them?
Can y'all hear me now, by the way?
Yes.
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 Thank you.
Can you hear us?
I can also hear you.
I turn to Grottle. You said
Wunderbar.
you haven't been in touch with your other friend.
Land.
Do they have knowledge of these sigils? Are they trying to lead us somewhere?
No, as far as I know, Lynn's not familiar with any of these. I mean, they were here, but I figured they're just part of the decoration. Macabre as it may seem.
I don't know.
So,
Willem, do you recognize these at all? And anywhere you've read?
Sigils?
Yeah, this whatever language or symbology that's used here.
Willem would use a combination of their notes and, if needs be, comprehend languages to catch anything. So that's a good question. Do I recognize anything at all?
You've been I've been assuming you've been sort of taking note of any sigils that are new and different that you've seen as the group of you proceed.
Absolutely, as well as reference of ones that are not new and how they relate to the new sigils, if that makes sense.
Okay. Taking a quick parse through your notes, at this point, nothing sort of stands out to you immediately. You would need some time to really sort of go through, make extra copies, and sort of try to puzzle it out a little bit.
Yeah. If Dougie could give us some time, I could maybe come up with something, but at a quick glance, it's too new.
Well, keep working at it.
Yeah, I really
Just-
want to read this stuff.
We just rested. You can try it while we're walking.
You try to write and read and walk and pay attention to where pickaxes are for your ankles and. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I am up front, to take the brunt damage.
Done.
They done it. Watch out! Last time we walked by one of these, we got attacked by the road. The weird tentacle
Done it.
monster.
What's the chance there are two of them?
Willem's going to be.
pretty good. I mean, this seems like their natural habitat.
Willem's going to be following, looking super stressed,
I mean, they
trying
have
to
to
do all the above.
They have to reproduce somehow.
Gotcha. Aeolus, are you back by the brazier for a particular reason?
yes, Aeolus would like to take a pinch of the green crystal and throw it into the brazier.
Tink. It's the bottom brazier. Nothing seems to happen. It's in the middle of the fire now.
All right.
Good attempt.
Aeolus just catches up with the group.
Good. So passing through the space here where Siegfried and Willem are, the group, you notice that off to the left of the map, you're right as you proceed, but the left's on the map. There are two more alcoves where sort of some mining operation has been conducted at some point. But the alcove off to the other side, opposite you, is dark. There's no veins of crystal within that one. It's the first one that you've seen that seems to be exhausted of any potential crystals, or maybe none present. Siegfried, in your experience, working within mines in general, this area is remarkably rich in whatever this substance is. Like if the mines in the Cloudspine Mountains had this many facets, like within such a small area, you would be all the wealthier for it.
I told Aeolus, if these people value these green crystals, they found the mother lode. It's worth anything. It's astronomical. And also, I would have produce flame going just so I'd have some light as well.
Okay. I will add produce flame.
Well, actually, I don't think I can concentrate on that while I have detect magic going. Right?
Produce flame. Does it have concentration on the spell?
I don't know. It's a cantrip, but I don't.
Go ahead and drop it into chat. I think
I've never had this
bonfire is concentration. Yeah, no, this produce flame's good. It just lasts. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So yeah,
Aeolus will also stay around you because he's been carrying his torches and has been lighting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I am down to low levels on my torches.
No. Yeah. No worries. But now with some light, do I notice anything else in this room?
This area does appear to have been worked. Probably extensively. There doesn't appear to be anything glowing within this space.
Okay.
Like, if there were crystals that were here, they got the dust that fell on the ground. They got everything out of this alcove, if there was ever anything here.
So I turned to Aeolus. Either what they found in this room was so valuable that they took every trace of it, or they didn't find anything and decided to go digging in a different direction. That's what I'd say to Aeolus.
Conan,
Yes.
are you 100% positive you want to be in the front leading, just in case there's anything that we don't spot?
Sure. Or do you want to go first? I'll be right behind you.
I would rather have Dunnan go first. Siegfried says
Thought
that.
as much. You're a squishy little researcher.
Yes, but I wasn't hit once that last time by a rock.
Yeah. You would have been
Or
down
pickaxe.
if you're what he... Well, you're still standing. You would have been down. So let
And
me
you
go
all would have
first.
brought me back up anyway.
If there was something left of you.
Boys, you're both pretty.
Dunnan!
I'm prettier.
Dunnan! I need you to make me a charisma saving throw, please.
Charisma saving throw. Come on, +6. Screw me over. Yay!
Dunnan! You're coming down to Whisper.
Yay!
Dunnan. As you you were one square off when you went back to talk to them, and then you pushed forward anyway.
Yes.
As you enter the space here, you get a deep and unsettling sense of foreboding. And the sound of like waves on like a lake sort of lapping at a rocky shore. It is unsettling to you. You are affected as if by fear. You cannot move any further to the south whilst you like see that space in front of you.
Okay.
I'm gonna drag you back up. Alright, so Dunnan, that happens. The rest of you see Dunnan sort of freeze in his tracks for a moment.
On second thought, guys, you can go first. I'm fine here. I'm a little cold. I'll just warm up my hands here.
What the fuck's into you?
Just some weird feeling.
Do
I don't know.
magic?
Getting weird vibes from down there.
Anything happen?
Oh yeah, Dunnan is affected by an enchantment.
Oh, someone cast a spell on Dunnan here. I tell Aeolus.
Aeolus will proceed and try to stealth through. He hands his torch
Can I
off.
try to determine what happened to Dunnan if I can stop it?
Sure, make an Arcana check. Willem, you proceed down into the other room.
Just a step or two.
Okay. You see a large cavern. You have great dark vision. Proceeding around the edge, there's a large, almost cliff, that descends a sheer about 30 feet or so, to the next level down, and then another one that proceeds another 30 feet, to the next level down. The whole area here appears to be rather glistening. It looks like there's a slick coating of moisture upon most of the rocks here. No growths of any type, though. No mosses or lichens of any sort. And you see the corridor proceeds down a narrow tunnel on the far end of it, to the left on the map.
I would go back and tell, well, I'm going to say Olus initially, but everybody else as well.
I'll be like, Dunnan, it's all right. You're with us. Tell us what you saw.
Siegfried, with Arcana check a 10. And the only thing that you sort of gather is he's refusing to look at the corridor where Aeolus and Willem are.
Can I do anything?
Yeah, you can do plenty of stuff.
Okay. So I'm shaking uncontrollably. Just no, no, nah. I hate this.
Oh,
And he's
did you wet your bed?
casting heroism on himself.
Noted. That lasts for a minute.
Does it
Well,
change
back.
anything? Does the feeling go away?
For a minute.
Seeing the shaking hands, Willem would have been like, "Oh, Danny's got the shakes again," and then would have poured him an ale.
Alcohol withdrawal.
Or Willem would have assumed.
Well, Danan would happily take one sip.
I'll tell Heli to keep an eye on Dunnan and Aeolus. Let's go check.
Just
I
wait here.
don't think proceeding with a light source will be the best bet.
Siegfried
just
nods
look down there.
Siegfried will put out his produce flame, and he will cast dark vision on himself.
Okay. That lasts for an hour, correct?
8 hours.
8 hours, nice. Alright, 60 feet?
I believe so. I think I just get standard dark vision.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you are.
Aeolus is
Step on your
going to
token.
extinguish his flame and pull out the hand crossbow as they move forward.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, look down there. It really isn't scary. I didn't see anything.
Not what I saw. It's just this feeling to not go further. I can't
You have to.
explain it.
You're our leader. You're a bloody mad dog. Yeah.
He's a bloody mad puppy.
You shut up.
Puppy still dog. Don't be a jerk.
Puppy's more of a small dog, huh?
Not will
Yeah,
be
turn him
small
small
for
and
you.
fierce. Now stuff it.
You can't move
Nobody's
like that.
mean to my Dunny. I'll slice you.
Dunnan, you cannot move in that manner.
Oh.
Spell only lasted a minute. You were able to steady yourself, have the drink from Willem. More than a minute's passed. As the spell ends, the feeling returns.
What is this feeling? Never had this before.
I
You
found
go
that hard to
for it.
believe.
Leave me alone. I'll be
Hello.
right behind you.
So I gave the rest of you I gave Willem the description of this area. The rest of you see it now for what it is as well. There is a set of steps that are sort of chiseled into the cliffs here. They are quite steep. They're at about a 50-degree angle. They're very steep.
Do I sense any enchantment magic in here?
You do not, other than that which you've come to expect at this point, the things that you carry and the torches.
Okay.
That are in the walls.
As we're moving forward, can I look back and spot that Tunin hasn't moved into the area?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's standing by a light source, so.
Aeolus is going to holster his hand crossbow, and he's going to walk up and is going to just hook in. Tunin.
Mhm.
What's wrong? Explain it. Use your words.
When I go to this threshold over here, I get this feeling, just this wave. I can't explain it. I just
I
can't
slap
move
him in the
forward.
face.
Can I dodge?
You're not taking damage from it. He tries to dodge. Whether it's successful or not, that's up to him.
How? Hitting's not gonna change anything.
How is it that you are who you are, and you let this shake you? Hook at me.
Look at him.
As I back up towards the corridor, is he still able to look at me?
He's having difficulty.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna put my arm on his shoulder. Focus on me. And I'm going to try to pull him with me.
You do not want to move closer to that space there, Dunnan.
Pretty sure I'm gonna resist, so
Yeah.
I'm not a roll for athletics.
No.
Uh,
Aeolus, you are trying to
Not
move a
going
boulder.
anywhere.
I think I see your idea though, Aeolus. Dunnan, I know this
Must
is
have been charmed or something. I don't know.
no,
Something's
I
wrong.
know this is a bit to ask, but can you blindfold yourself?
No, that. Sure, but I don't think that's gonna help.
Blindfold yourself and hold on to Aeolus, and we'll see what happens.
Just take a piece of cloth and wrap it around my eyes.
Sure. You completely blindfold yourself. Here, let me take off your vision on your token.
Oh, perfect.
Aeolus, try and lead him through the threshold.
and Aeolus will try.
Slowly. So Dunnan is holding on to you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You move at half pace. You are able to have Dunnan hold on to you as you proceed onwards.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't you dare do anything stupid and funny.
Keep it on. Keep the blindfold on for now, and Aeolus, make sure tie a rope between you and him.
Yep.
God, this is awful. I hate it, man. More than balls.
Are Martin's balls big?
The biggest.
Giant
Oh,
size.
I get it now. He's a seeing eye dog.
God damn it, I hate my cat so much.
They call them service animals, thank you.
I mean, I would agree with the statement that he's an animal.
You like them too much for my taste, Aeolus. You're gonna regret it. Mark my words.
What are you talking about?
Hmm.
And just
It's stupid,
Aeolus is
but I
just
know
going to
people.
continue.
Willem and Siegfried. Nancy, you guys had moved your tokens. I need acrobatics checks from the two of you as you proceeded down the first set of steps.
Sorry about that. Should have mentioned something.
The steps are quite slick and steep, but the two of you do maintain your balance as you proceed down. You do not tumble 30 feet down the steps.
I toss Helly one of my ropes and ask her just to secure it up there.
Sure.
So you could hold on to it to try to secure it, Hellras, but there's not like big stalagmites that you could secure it
I would
to.
toss her a hammer and piton as well. I have some of those.
Okay.
If she wants to hammer it in.
Sure.
She's just gonna try with her ass at first, just like lean into it. She's a big girl.
I don't think that's gonna work, and we have to make sure Dunnan doesn't die going down these stairs blindly.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's fine. I got him.
Stairs? What
Okay,
stairs?
so we'll take a piton and hammer.
No. There's no stairs. Just follow me. You'll be fine.
Everyone,
Marga,
Thank you all so much right now.
something is happening to him. Making fun of him isn't dealing. I don't understand what's
You
happening.
think that something's happening?
Aeolus, you've been nothing but annoying this entire time. Come on, you're supposed to be our leader.
You mean Dunnan? Or
No,
Aeolus?
I'm talking to Aeolus.
No.
Dunnan needs your help. Something's happened to him, so help him.
Trust me, I will remember that. Next time you need help, I'm gonna remember that, Aeolus. I'll let you die in the ditch.
I thought trying to guide you through here was helping. And taking your mind off of whatever has taken hold of it was making this a little bit easier. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I'm just confused. What's going on? I don't see shit. We're in a cave. We get attacked by rocks. And now I can't fucking move forward.
That's perfectly fine.
Feel
Just
like
don't
a old
focus
geezer.
on the cave.
So mark a piton off of your inventory, Siegfried. And Hellerast, you can make an acrobatics check to descend.
Okay.
And then Aeolus and Dunnan. One of you is rolling a disadvantage. You guys can choose who.
I'll
Pretty
roll.
sure. Okay. Aren't you exhausted? You have to roll anyway with disadvantage.
Hellerast, make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yeah.
Because of the rope that you set in, Hellerast, you do lose your footing. However, you are able to mitigate your fall as you sort of slide down the steps and grab the rope in time. You do take 2 points of bludgeoning damage instead of 5, and you end up at the bottom of the first set of steps.
Sliding out of my.
Seeing that happen, Aeolus is just going to stop and motion for everyone to just continue forward. so that him and Tunnen's weight doesn't barrel into anyone in case they fall.
Alright. Willem, Siegfried, and Hellerast, give me another acrobatics check, please.
Do I have to secure another rope here, or does the other
No,
one?
the one's good enough.
Okay.
Hellerast, deck save. Willem, deck
Yep.
save. Siegfried, you're good. Hellerast. Oof.
Pass over tea kettle?
Yep, 7 points of bludgeoning damage to you, Hellerast. Willem,
Yeah.
you managed to grab the rope. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage, mitigating the slide. Hellerast just you missed the rope entirely on the second grab. Okay. Will Dunn's POV.
Actually, you just hear me going.
Yeah, Dunn, you're blind. You just hear Hellerast tumbling down something.
Best feeling ever.
Metal hitting
And
stone.
swearing. And swearing.
Are you
Nope.
ready for this?
No.
Here. And Aeolus is going to take
We have a choice.
his great spear and he's going to give it to Tunnen.
Great, now I need a walking stick. Great. Oh,
It's not a
it keeps
walking
getting
stick.
better and better. Oh, I just feel like it's
Hey.
a walking stick.
I don't think I've met anyone that can take a hit like you. And still stand. And still mock the enemy. And continue to knock their shit out.
And I haven't met anybody who can take a hit like you, so yes, fair.
So, we are the two worst halves of whatever this is. Take the great spear. Steady yourself.
Yes, sure.
Have you never been blinded or forced to go through anything like this?
Well, I drank so much that I lost. Yeah, well, it's not the same.
I have also had that experience, and you wake up and you don't know what the fuck has happened. That's why I don't drink anymore.
That's why I drink more. See? We complement each other very much. Now let's get this shit over with.
Let's go.
All right, go for it.
And can I, before we move on, can I try to just squeeze with one eye out? Does the feeling return? When I just-
Yeah, make me a charisma save. Well, you have a blindfold on right now, so never mind.
No, I just want to lift it up over one eye to see if the...
Sure, make me a charisma
feeling
save.
Okay. Come on. You can do it.
You manage to quash the feeling to immediately bolt far away. That's it, though. It's still very, very present. You maintain enough wits to not immediately flee.
Okay.
We quickly put the blindfold back.
It's getting better, but I'm a little unsteady still, so I'm gonna keep the blindfold for now.
Alright, then let's go. And
Weird.
the entire time that they do this, Aeolus is just talking Tunnen's ear off.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check. Disadvantage Aeolus. Straight roll for you, Dutton. Nice. Good start.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Aeolus, give me a deck saves.
2?
No, you don't get
Yes.
anything done, and you can't see. To grab the rope. Oh
We
my.
break our necks and
Aeolus, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you just sort of take 3 steps down this steep incline, and your foot goes out from underneath you. Dunnan, you feel the hand that you have on Aeolus is like the back of his elbow just to help guide you. You suddenly feel nothing, just empty air. And as you do, you were mid-step at that exact point, and as you step down, you sort of hyperextend your leg. You thought this step was further away than it was, and you stepped past the one beneath you. You weren't expecting the sheer, the incline degree, and you tumble after him. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall to the next level.
I'm doing the
That's,
splits.
reduced by his
Nice.
armor, though, right?
Sorry, say again, Siegfried?
That's reduced by his armor, though, right?
I don't
No.
think it's reduced by armor.
No.
All right.
Hey, yours, what the? God damn it!
3
Oh, my
steps.
balls! Oh, that hurt! Oh,
They get hurt.
yeah.
All right. Come on. Stand
Screw
up.
you!
We'll do the next one.
One more set.
No.
Go for it. Give
What?
another set of acrobatics checks.
This is the worst day of my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
Aeolus.
So I am gonna try my best. Be the for done.
Give me a dex save, Aeolus. Okay. The dex save mitigates this. So you each take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Dunnan, you maintain your footing, but you feel Aeolus sort of falling away. You're not going to be outdone again by gravity. So you grab onto him harder, but his weight sort of pulls you forwards with everything. And you sort of just slide down the second set of steps like a kid on an icy hill, before you impact hard into the wall on the bottom of it.
Please tell me we are at the bottom.
We're almost out of the room.
You are at
Oh
the
my-
bottom. Yeah. All right. Then I'm going to restore your vision, even though it does not work in this room still. But I need to grab your tokens. Okay.
It's gonna hurt later.
It's
And by
hurting
later,
now.
I mean right now.
Okay. Having descended the slick steps, and the group of you pushing into the narrow corridor ahead of you, it twists and winds. The sounds of running water begin to fill the air around you. Who is leading this pack after about 50 feet?
I think Siegfried would be this time.
Siegfried, yeah.
Okay. Dunnan, are you still trying to stay close to the front with Aeolus?
I'm gonna hold on to Aeolus, yes.
And Hellas, you're
Aeolus will
staying
be
near the back,
behind
right?
Siegfried.
Hellas, you're staying near
Right.
the back, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
I just whisper to Willem, if Grotto does anything, do something, okay?
Slice him.
And Grottle is still wearing the armor. They decided after that roper to not dismiss it. The sounds of running water begin to fill the air around you. There are torches here just as before, with their ominous ruby-colored flames being the only light source that predated your presence here. Dunning your torches out, by the way. Pushing onwards, you feel your... let me adjust Dunn's dynamic lighting. Pushing onwards, your feet betray the creation of a small trickle of water running down the corridor away from you. The slow incline of this tunnel. As you see the next few hundred feet from here, you notice that more and more trickles of water are dripping from the ceiling and running down the walls until you are walking along a veritable stream, not more than ankle deep. Seems like jagged stones have been set into the floor of this natural stream and are providing decent traction to walk carefully along. The corridor opens up to an expansive, dark cavern before you. The stream continues away. You're about 10 feet away from where this stream opens, the tunnel opens up. Is there anything else that you do?
I would just periodically just stop and take perception checks and also just reach out with detect magic to see if I notice any changes.
Okay, make me a perception check. You hear voices coming from up ahead. You do not see the source.
I tell that to Aeolus. I hear some people up ahead talking. Get ready.
Is Conan still holding on?
He is currently, yeah.
Conan, how are we feeling?
How am I feeling?
About the same as you have been. You haven't noticed any change, but you still have the blindfold on.
I try to remove the blindfold. Let me try.
Wait! Before he does, Helly, grapple him.
Okay.
Feel strong arms swaddle you, Dunnan, as you carefully remove the blindfold. You are not overcome with a sense of fleeing, nor fear.
I seem I've shaken it off. I'm good for now.
It's good.
Thanks for the help and sorry for letting you all down.
No,
I don't know what came over me.
That's why we work as a group.
I'm
Yes.
fine now.
I also turned to Aeolus. I think we should try and be as stealthy as possible. I have a spell for that.
Well, let's proceed with caution and as quietly as possible then.
Like a stealth check from everyone, then.
And Siegfried is going to drop detect magic and cast pass without a trace.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Motherfucker.
When she's quiet.
Wow, Riley. Ooh. 12, 15. Alright.
Yes, trace doing work.
Willem 21. Siegfried, did you roll?
19.
19. Okay.
And Willem, I think, needs to go. And
No, he rolled above pass.
Okay.
Corrado got the same as Willem. Because they have disadvantage right now, based on their armor. They chose defenses over stealth. After the Roper. Okay. Moving it out around along as quietly as you possibly can, hoping that this small stream of water is enough to cover the sounds of the clinking armor here and there. You push into this cavernous space beyond. The stream at your ankles widens and grows more shallow before tumbling away from you, down one ledge, then another, and another, before impacting some water source, massive, off in the distance. The expansive... Willem, we're getting some bleed on your audio. The expansive underground cavern is vast and occupied. By the lower edge of the room, there's a series of cages sized for large beasts. But from the distance that you are, you can see contain a few huddled humanoid forms. Milling about by a table, and the only source of lighting in this room, are several humans in dark leathers and cloaks, busy sorting through a vast crate of green crystals, and putting the largest chunks, some as large as an apple, into a crate on the ground near them. None of them seem to have noticed you quite yet.
I signal to Aeolus and I try and creep up as close as I can without them noticing.
Okay, so they're on a lower ledge.
Okay.
So you could creep up to the edge of the one that you're currently on.
Okay. Is there a way down I can see?
You can. It looks like off to the opposite side of the room. The ledge sort of slopes down towards the others.
Okay. I
It would-
try and direct our group towards so where we can get down as quiet as we can.
I'd like you to roll me a d4, please, Siegfried. One. Okay. So that's there. There. Alright. As you push into the room, let me move you guys over to another map. As you push into this space, you see off to the side, one of the individuals in leather sort of like looks up, looks over at the cages down to the south, sort of sniffs the air. They have this grotesque, mutated humanoid face. And then intruders. I need everyone to roll into initiative, please. You got one round of movement into the space prior to being discovered with those stealth checks. Still decent.
Yeah, pass without a trace is always a solid spell.
Yeah. Yeah, it prevented them
Except
from
for
having
when
it.
someone rolls a natural one.
Additionally, so while we're getting initiative set, you see one of the individuals that turns around. Familiar face. The face of a half-elven twin you've encountered previously. Aeolus, this looks to be Alan Kaylee, the gentleman who is with Mayor Tadell, that you are positive died.
Huh.
I just say, be careful, the other one's here then. The archer.
No matter, then I'm gonna kill him again. Can I? Okay.
Right?
Do I see land anywhere?
Give me a perception check. We're into initiative. You would need to take a look around on your turn to be able to,
Okay, then not. No.
get a
Getting-
gauge of it. All right.
Getting in close anyway.
Top of initiative, Aeolus. You hear this call go out. You recognize that one individual standing there by all those green crystals, and some of the others that look to be garbed in leathers similar to the people who you encountered by Joel's farm. What are you doing?
Aeolus is going to move closer 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And he's just going to hook across. Well, that's a neat fucking... Rick, how'd you manage that? And he's going to take the dodge action.
Noted. Let me give you guys some mechanical things as well. Anytime that you cross any of these ledges, it is an acrobatics check to mitigate any potential fall damage. The fall damage is 1d10, regardless of what part of the cliff you cross over. If you succeed on the check, it's halved, and you don't fall prone. So safety is to go around, or
Yep. And how deep is the water?
not more than an inch or two.
Okay.
It was up to about your ankles by the time you guys left the corridor, but it widened and flattened out as you entered this larger room. So it's quite shallow at this point.
Okay.
It's not providing difficult terrain, and nor is it like slippery or anything like that by comparison to some of the other spaces. All right.
Alright.
So you move there. Anything else, Aeolus?
Nope. Just taking the dodge action, and that is it.
The 3 individuals are going to move half their movement. Actually, no, he's quite comfortable. He's gonna get behind the table. He's not throwing over the table. Not a Western shootout. But all 3 of them are going to reach into their tunics and remove a vial of this black ichor and imbibe it. And you see them go through this grotesque transformation that you've seen once previously. That's their bonus action. And Aeolus, you are the subject of 3 disadvantaged hand crossbow shots.
Let's go AC 17.
7, 13, 14. No good. 3 bolts just pling past you, shattering against the rock on the far side. Nothing else. As the commotion of this all kicks off and we come around to Hellerast, you see some of the voices. Help us! Please! You hear some of the people in the cages sort of stir, realizing that there's some type of commotion, maybe a chance to be saved. Hellerast, around to you.
Hellerast is just going to move forward enough above the cliff to have a vantage point to see these. Probably somewhere over here, but a little bit covered by the edge of the cliff because it's so high.
Sure.
And she's gonna go ahead and hit him with spellfire shortbow.
Sounds good.
Level 1.
Level 1. All right, so you get 4 darts, all at the same, or splitting it up?
Splitting them up, one for everyone.
Okay. These 4 arrows sort of arc through the area, illuminating the space of their travel in a flash of light. 5 to each of them. Solid. Free damage is free damage. As the 4 mousy mutated creatures are sort of impact. Alano is just sort of impacts and doesn't even care. Anything else, Hellerast?
No, just gonna step back more towards Dunnan to take some cover behind the height of the.
Sure, we'll give you 3/4 cover. Brings us to Siegfried.
Yep, I just got back. Okay.
Perfect timing. So Hellerast hit each of them with a 1 shot from the spellfire shortbow.
Okay. I am going to step up here, and with the bonus action, I'm gonna go into archer form.
Okay. You shed light in this form.
Yep.
What is it? Is it 10 and 10?
10 feet, I believe. You can double check. I'm just looking for a good symbol for the archer. That one. Okay. So I can't fire with it this turn. It's just activated.
I think drop it back in chat. I think it's on the turn that you activated also.
Okay, cool. That would be awesome if it was. So archer.
Archer. When you activate this form and as a bonus action on subsequent turns, you make a ranged spell attack.
Yes. So I think it's on my next turn.
No, it's when you activate this form and as a bonus action. So you get to do it on the turn that you activate it.
Yeah. So I will fire a archery form off at him.
All right, sounds good. At the one closest.
Yep, this one.
Sounds good. Go for it. There we go. 25. Jeez.
Nice.
That'll hit. 9 points of damage. Ah, it injured me.
And then I'm going to use my starry map and hit it with a guiding bolt.
Sure.
Jesus.
The streak of light just flashes through the cavern, very reminiscent of Hellerast, but this is bright. Impacts this creature square in the chest and just sort of slams him back against the rocks, leaving a sort of a scorch mark in the outline pattern of his body. For a good second passes before he slumps back down on the ground, dead.
And then I am going to just step back near Helirest with the rest of my movement, and that is my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Alan is going to use a legendary action. And
Oh boy.
cry
That's
out,
new.
Euclist, take these fresh offerings to your greatness. And reach into the crate that they've been putting these like apple-sized crystals into, and just throw like 2 of them over the edge of the cliff to the south here.
Ew.
That's
Well,
it.
that's not good.
Brings us to Willem.
Question, first of all.
Yeah.
This person, are they in such a place on the sledge that they can be pulled down it if I move them 5 feet?
Let me adjust the token. I would say not quite. Over 2 turns, you would be able to by moving them here and then pushing them off.
I'm just gonna come running over here, and if I am able to use a spell, we'll grasp this one right here.
Yeah, go for it. Awesome. So that's a
These ones are
dex
humanoid, so
save.
it better
There's
fill this by 5, please.
They rolled a 5. They're grappled.
Yeah, buddy.
They did not do well. It's 5 points of necrotic damage. Okay.
Though they are ranged, so I don't know that that really matters all that much.
I mean, it puts them at a long range at the very least. They can't close. All right, that brings us to Dunnan.
Then I will just run straight down. 25 dash to here and say, "Land, you in? You here?"
The cage closes you. Dunnan? What? Dunnan? What are you doing here?
Getting your ass out of here. By Moradin's bloody beard, I'm happy to see you. Give me a minute.
That was an action dash, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything is the bonus. Nope. That's it.
Okay. That brings us to Alon's turn, who's going to push forward, standing on the other side of this small stream from you, Aeolus, and just take the motion of drawing a sword from their hip, where none is present, but yet one silvery, mercurial-looking longsword appears in their hand. And they will spend their action. As they pull this longsword, they just sort of let it flip in their hand for a moment, so they're holding it hilt up and sort of point at you. And they are going to use their bonus. They're going to cast Rend upon you.
Okay.
Ew.
And Helirest. And Dunnan. Aeolus.
Me?
Their target, yeah, they get to target.
They
3
can't see
people.
me?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
higher ground.
Okay.
They rip this sort of crack through reality that strikes through like a lightning bolt towards you, where sort of reality doesn't seem like it lines up for a moment. Aeolus, 21 to hit you.
That hits.
6 points of force damage. Helirest, 9 to hit you, does not hit.
Nope.
And Dunnan, 12 to hit, does not hit you.
No. Nope.
So, just the one hit for 6 points of force there. And that'll be their turn. Around to you, Aeolus.
I got hit for 6 points.
No. Aeolus took 6, not you.
Okay.
Your damage sponge took damage.
Yeah, man. Ailish just cocks his head to the side and will take the great spear that's still wreathed in lightning. How did you pull off all these?
No.
This.
Hold on. Wreathed in lightning. That was before your short rest.
But Aeolus did not take a short rest.
Oh, you didn't. That's fair. Yeah. Okay.
That's why I didn't take the short rest.
Okay, fair.
And Aeolus is going to step into the water and just peck in Alan or Alan as he then dashes in.
Okay. Go for it. Make an attack roll. 20 to hit. Nice. Yeah, 20 just hits. As they take 10 points of damage. Solid.
And at the end, Aeolus just looks at him, goes, "They've gotten stronger. They can stop you." And that's his turn.
Okay. That'll bring us to the small companions, one of which is going to move up. And let's try to aim a crossbow shot underneath Alan's arm towards you, Aeolus. No longer disadvantaged. Still rolls a 9. No good. One is targeting... The one that you hit, Willem, is targeting you. Disadvantage, you have half cover. No, it's got 11. Not hitting you. And then the other's dead. You guys killed one of mine. All right. Moves us to Hellerast.
I wanted to send a message.
Yeah. There's a permanent message scorched onto the wall of this cavern.
Hellerast is going to stay where she is. She doesn't want to use any more magics, not any more of her spell magic. So she's going to just fit a regular arrow into the short bow.
Forgot.
And go for she's going to go for this one here, just the one closest to Aeolus, and just try to get rid of the minions, because she doesn't have much faith in being able to actually do damage to Alan of any particular worth. So.
Ooh, regular short bow
Oh,
attack.
my leg!
Goes wide, unfortunately. Anything else, Hellerast? You're just staying put. And then with the bonus? Okay. That'll bring us to Grottle, who I had neglected to roll into initiative slot. They were just gonna dash down. Lynn, it's good to see you. They're gonna rush forward and start working on the lock on Len's cage.
Well, that would have changed Dunnan's action, but never mind.
Well, if you wanted to do something else in that case, Dunnan, that's fine.
Okay.
What were you?
I would have dashed. Yeah, I would have dashed towards Alan then.
Okay, sounds good. Just adjust your movement slightly.
I was there.
Yeah.
So, like there.
Yeah, 50 feet. All right. So you catch up with Aeolus. That brings us around to Siegfried.
So 1, 2. Can I get down this ledge without a check, or do I still have to go around?
You can take the diagonal.
Okay. 3. Let me see what my range is.
For the bow, it's like 120.
Yeah. 3, 4. Sorry, I'm measuring my spells.
Oh, good.
Guiding bolt is 120.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I could have stayed there.
Yeah, you got all three of them in range at this point.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I was within 60 feet of Aeolus.
Gotcha. Yep, you're good.
So I think I can move there. Still be within
Yep.
60 feet of him, and I'll move. Okay. So I am going to first healing word Aeolus with a bonus action.
Okay.
At level 2. So 11 hit points to Aeolus.
Yeah, that is a good roll.
Yeah. and then with my action, I'm gonna use my starry map again
Okay.
to launch a guiding bolt at Elian.
And Alon.
Oh, Alon. Sorry.
No. Go for it.
Yeah.
I threw everyone off by calling him Alan.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss.
Yeah. 11 goes wide. You're so focused on trying to get the healing out for Aeolus. Anything else, Siegfried? I think that's everything, right?
Yeah. So I move 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna stay where I am. Stay
Okay.
where I am.
Around to Willem. Denon's on deck.
First of all, Willem is going to cast Darkness using sorcery points,
Ooh.
and I'm going to center it right here.
Like on it, like in your space, or roughly.
One space down from where I'm at, because I'm going to move once it's up.
Okay. Circle. So let me grab darkness. It's a 20-foot radius, 15-foot radius. 10, 15. Okay. So this area is actually no, it's right about there, correct? Okay, perfect. Darkness is set up.
So once the darkness is there, because I can see within it, I'm going to move over here.
And you're concentrating on that, correct?
Correct. And then I am going to quicken spell and cast Surge to push this Rend this way if I can.
This thing? Nice. Okay. Strength saving throw. Ooh, that is not their bailiwick. Gets a 9. Okay. 5 feet they removed. Awesome. Go ahead and roll me an additional d4 because they remove 5 feet, but then they're falling distance also for the spell because the spell adds onto it, so 2. And then give me a d10 for their fall.
Not the best rolls I've had, but
And it puts them like on the lower level though, and they have a ranged weapon, so it's not great. So nice. And you're in darkness. They have no idea where that came from. All right. Anything else, Willem?
nope. That should be everything.
All right, Dunnan.
Well, Dunnan will move closer. Let's see. You again? Didn't we kill you already? Ugh, dirty little cockroach. Gonna squish you again. Hit.
Is there a reason you're rolling at disadvantage?
No, must
Okay.
be still be ticked on.
From being shaken. 25 would hit. Alon is going to use their reaction, and as they bring the sword around to block it, they're going to silvery barbs your attack. Reroll.
Okay.
Still a hit. So you get the 25 in. They give themselves the advantage, though. That is 7 for 11, 13 points of damage. Nice.
And then with my bonus action, I wanna push against them with my shield to shove them 5 feet
You had your torch.
south.
You had your torch previously, so you would need to pull your shield out first.
Oh, okay.
I thought
Well,
his
then I
sword
would.
went out when we.
The torch went out, yeah, you said.
Yeah,
When I was blind.
yeah. You didn't have it when you were blind. At what point did you pull your shield out?
As soon as I could have seen something again, I guess.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. Sure. Go, so, attempting to shove them. So that's
Yes.
a strength. 27.
29.
Hey, nice. All right, they are shoved.
Do I move with them or do I stay?
You do not, unless you have movement that you would like to spend. As
Okay.
you've spent all your movement so far.
No. Yes, I spend all. Yeah.
As you sort of shove them backwards towards the ledge, and they see what's behind them. Anything else?
Nope. That's it.
And in return, they'll call out again. Euclist! Silence these heretic non-believers. Show them your might. That'll be the legendary action. And then it's their turn. And they get their legendary actions back. Start with a bonus action. Aeolus, they look at you and their eyes flash black. I need a strength save from you, please.
Let's go.
You are not locked in place by Blood Curse of Binding.
Yay.
All right.
Of your brotherhood, Aeolus.
Okay. They are going to
Looks at you.
do their multi-attack on you, Aeolus. So they're going to make one swipe with their longsword.
Alright.
8 to hit you.
Miss.
No good. All right. Realizing the danger of their predicament, they are going to move away. And they will finish their attacks with 2 Wrens at Dunnan.
And I would like to use my reaction to strike.
Yeah, go for it.
Miss.
Not quite that lucky. Dunnan, 10 and 21 to hit you.
21.
8 points of force damage. As the Wren sort of rips through you and feel yourself... It feels like you're being pulled apart for a moment before the magic relaxes upon you. They've done their lamentation. Yep, that's their turn. And we will pick up with Aeolus next session.
Yay. What giant tentacle monster is coming below? From below?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nothing. Nothing.
There's no other creatures.
No.
Nothing.
I mean, it's not like anything's gonna walk up and take the cages and just eat them. They just
Nothing.
stare at us.
Nah, the cages are on the cliff for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, we're fine, guys.